So I started architecture when I was a young kid, and throughout high school and college, and I started focusing on becoming a professional architect. And then the economy unfortunately took a dive in 2006, and I had to reinvent myself. I decided I wanted to work with my hands again and build models, and I started with this concept of using metal or paint. And it dawned on me, Lego bricks don't require glue and don't require cutting. So if I took something that was typically used as a child's toy and I repurposed it as a professional architect, I could create architecture that would be inspirational to people all over the world using a medium that people don't typically think of when they think about architecture. And so you get this playful, whimsical marriage between architecture, engineering, and a child's toy. My process for coming up with the designs and then building them is, I would say 75% of my time is dedicated to doing research. Going to universities, going to bookstores, going online, continuing my education. A lot of these things I didn't learn in college, whereas even a professional. Yeah, so 75% is just all what I call research, and then I go into a design concept phase where I do a lot of study models and test sections and things like that. And then I go into the actual designing. I do all of this in my head. I don't use any computers. A computer's a great tool, but for me, I'm kind of an old spirit, so I like to scratch build things. And it's not a very efficient process, mind you, because I build things and take them apart probably between 5 and 8 times until I dial it in and get it just right. Again, it's having a challenge and knowing that there is a solution. It just might take a while to find that out. So for me, that St. Louis arch, believe it or not, took me about 8 weeks to figure out how I was going to do it, and it only took me an afternoon to actually build the arch. I did a series of drawings, illustrations in college. They were 2-dimensional relief drawings, and I would love one day to interpret that in 3D with Lego bricks. And there's a bit of a challenge there because of the design of the organic nature, but I'm actually working on figuring out how to do that.